up now this morning. It's party time. Late last year, Pantone named their color of the year for 2025 Mocha Mousse. This is one of my favorites. And we're about to get tips on how we can incorporate the iconic color into our next gathering, big or small. And here to show us her take on it is Mallory Bailey from Cort Party Rental. Welcome, welcome to New Day.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Excited to show you all of the things we have for you.
I mean, this is so beautiful. It's already looking so luxurious to me and expensive. So any haters on Mocha Mousse, I feel like, look at this. It's very elevated.
It sure is.
And so you're showing me what you can do with place settings, right?
Correct.
First. Okay, so what do we have here?
Well, so place settings and table settings and events events when it comes to colors always are like 3 years behind the trend. Interior design, fashion, that's always, we're both wearing brown today.
Yes.
Some sort of brown. So
yes.
That's always ahead of the curve. Events always take forever to get to us. So how do we use the color now without waiting for it to come, but also not having to commit to only brown? Right? Some people are really scared of brown, so I want to show a couple different ways where you can mix it and have a small dinner party at home.
Definitely.
You can have a large corporate event. You can mix it into a wedding. A lot of people think you can't mix brown with black, and that's not true.
I know, I'm seeing this right now with the brown and black, and then is this like a velvet?
This is velvet. So also the other thing that I think of when I think of mousse is the texture, right? So velvet can be really rich. It can be really luxurious, but it also can be like really velvety and smooth. So I think velvet is both rich and velvety and smooth. So I wanted to do some little tone on tone, but then also show you it's okay to mix black and brown.
Yes.
But how do you then change it and then do, how do you make a pop of color? So do you have, maybe now we're at a wedding. We have a beautiful pink floral, but then also bringing in texture, right? So we have texture and a pattern. We have the same color and the same texture. But then how about we do brown, but then in a different texture, right? So that this makes it a little more, maybe more wedding, maybe more outdoorsy, where this feels very like ballroom, beautiful.
That does, and like normally I would think this color is just for like fall, winter, but you're showing me that this could even go into spring, summer, weddings, like you said.
Yeah, bringing
so
a pop
many
of blue.
different options. Oh.
Yeah.
More and more amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you were also going to show us too savory food and how this can be still in the color scheme, right?
Yes. So again, with events, you don't have to just stick to color. You can do the flavors. So we have a lamb lollipop, and it has a pomegranate molasses glaze with a little garlic shallot crunch. So you get a little pop of texture in it. But again, it's bringing that brown color without going full on a coffee steak, right? Like that's just very obvious, but how do we change that color and make it a little more delicious?
And then this, I'm shocked. You said this next to it is savory. What is the flavor on this guy?
So my friends at Tuxedos and Tennis Shoes Catering came up with these beautiful foods, but this is a savory Parisian macaron. It has a chicken liver pate with a shallot cherry conserva. So that is a savory take on what we always think is a traditionally sweet delight. And so there's a little bit of like cinnamon and nutmeg on top to give it like a little bit of more pop of color or flavor, but that's just another moussey way to change what you're used to into something a little more fun.
These are so different and such unique ideas to mix in with events, which I imagine might be kind of part of the deal when people are coming to events to see something that they've maybe never seen before or thought about.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're moving to sweet now. What do we have over in the sweet category?
So this is a roasted pear galette, and it has a rye and cocoa crust. And so the cocoa and the rye is a really great combination of flavors, but then there's some oat in there that also gives it a nice little crunch to it. But it's just a different take on a nice sweet, but bringing in some chocolatiness.
Yum. Okay. And then what do we have in front? And I might steal one of your utensils and
go for
taste test here. I mean, my mouth is watering.
So the front option is a chocolate chip cookie, but how do you make chocolate chip cookies better? Do you? Maybe. We think we did. So it's a miso caramel. Chocolate. Yep, chocolate chip cookie. So there's a little bit of that like umami taste with the saltiness of it, but they also have this, they're like a beautiful blend of a soft and a crunchy cookie. So they're crunchy on the outside, but they're like super, super soft on the inside, which personally, that's my favorite.
That tart is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
I'm just going to be nibbling as we're continuing. And a beverage here for me to try. So again, incorporating the color, what do we have here?
So this is, you think when a Mocha Mousse, you would think espresso martini.
That's what I was going to say. Right. Espresso martini.
Espresso martini.
Come on.
Those have been around for a while. I've been drinking those for a while. So this is actually a carajillo. So it is liquor 43, which is a Spanish liqueur. It's 43 different flavors, and it's just mixed with espresso.
Okay. Yeah. Cheers. I'm going to taste test this. Wow.
Right? So it is very like vanilla and citrus forward. But you can serve this hot. You can serve this with cream. Sometimes people mix it with fruit juices. So it's a really versatile drink. It doesn't just have to be these two ingredients.
So delicious. Yeah. I'm loving all of this right now. And how do you get creative about incorporating really any concept into a party? So I think about sometimes like Wicked, everyone was obsessed with, or any other themes. But how are you getting all these creative ideas?
So I go with a theme, right? Mocha Mousse, I just immediately thought about what else do I think of besides the color. So I thought of the textures and the flavors and the things that go with that. With Wicked, loved Wicked, I think of not just the color pink and the color green, but like the softness and the brightness of the character, Glinda, but then also like the dark and moodiness of Elphaba. So you kind of have to think about not just the one thing right in front of you, but how can you add texture and depth through decor, through food, through beverage, and make it a little more out there.
Definitely. And something like this too, would it be too much to even have your guests dress in the color? Are you like all in on the Mocha Mousse this year?
I'm all in. I'm all in. I have 2 little children, and every themed birthday party, I'm like, I expect you to dress to the theme.
Yes.
There's always a theme, and you should always dress to it. You should always have a style guide for every event you have.
Thank you so much
You're
for coming.
welcome.
I love that you did a Mocha Mousse party because I love this color, but I just wouldn't think that it could be incorporated into a full theme, and you proved me wrong. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was great to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.